a shopper. I don't like doing shoppers, especially if they're a lot of orders, but there's nothing else decent coming out. So we're gonna go do this shopper inside Walmart. Y'all, I couldn't help but stop at the yarn. You know I couldn't. And this is all the yarn they have here. That's kind of pitiful. Oh boy. We are bagged up and headed out. Right there. Okay, we are loaded up and headed out. It's 17 miles to our location. And I have a little bitty horsefly in here. Oh, man. So anyway, it is unseasonably hot here. We usually don't have these kind of temperatures until August. So it's been 91, 92 degrees here. It's been unseasonably hot. And I have to go home and mow the yard today. My little Chunky needs to do his job. He likes to ride on the deck while I mow. So anyway, we got to do that today, and I'm over this heat. I'm over it. I got to go home and cool off for a couple of days. Gonna take tomorrow off and go to church, and we're thinking about going to Ken Lake, packing a lunch and going to Ken Lake in Kentucky. So we may do that, but anyway, I will catch you in a little while after I deliver this order. Y'all, I just realized that we are headed towards my house. And you don't know how tempted I am to head on home. Oh man, that's halfway home for me. I'm so tempted. It's hot. We are loaded. I mean, that back is full. The back is full. It was a big grocery order. I am going to tell you, because I know everybody's under the sun's going to ask me 100 questions about doing this job, working for Walmart, delivering groceries. So at the end of this video, I'm going to talk about that. Why it's not a good idea. It's really not. I'll just give you the first hint. I have a brand new car. I've had it exactly 1 year. I have 43,180 miles on my car. That should tell you a lot. I've gone through 2 sets of tires and then 2 extra tires, because you pull in places and you run over nails and whatnot. It's not worth it, folks. Yes, you can make some money, but in the long run, it is not worth it. And I'm going to talk about it at the end of this video. So if you want to stick around for that, you're welcome to. If you don't want to hear it, then I'll put it at the end of the video so you can just cut the video off and you don't have to listen to any more. So anyway, let's go deliver these groceries.
113.
Take the next right onto Little Estate Court, then your destination will be on the left.
We are waiting on an order. I don't know how long I'm going to wait though, because it's getting really hot. And I'm crocheting. I'm crocheting a bookmark for a friend. It's going to be a cross, but I don't think it's going to work the way I'm doing it. I think I need to take it off. This is the tail, and I think I'm going to have to do the cross first and then put the tail on, but I was kind of wanting to do the tail first. Not sure how I'm going to do that. I'm experimenting. Did y'all see that deer? I'll tell you a little story. I have a special place in my heart for deer, because my daddy worked in the woods. He was a timber cutter, and every once in a while he would run across a deer that its mama had been killed, or it had been, you know, run over in the road, and he would bring home a baby to us to raise. He was always bringing home baby animals for us to raise, squirrels, you know, different things. And the deer were the most special. They were so sweet. They are the most gentle, loving little creatures. Well, this one he brought home we call Baby. And you cannot keep a deer confined. You can't keep them caged or anything. So we would give her a bottle, and she'd stay around the house until she got older. But she would come in the house twice a day to get her bottle of milk. She's so precious. But a friend of ours would come down and they would go hunting, and he would be sitting out in the yard with his shotgun in his lap, and they would watch for dove. They were dove hunting. And he would always fall asleep in his chair out in the yard. So when he would fall asleep, Baby would walk up and sneak in his pocket, because he kept tobacco in his pocket. And she would sneak up and get that tobacco out of his pocket. It was so cute. But she also loved to ride. And my dad had a van, and she would climb up in the back of that van, and he would take her to town to the senior citizens building, and she would visit with all the seniors up there. It was so cute. And we would have deer hunters come up to our house, and they would tell my dad, "Your deer was in the back of our truck eating nuts." She was precious. And we put a big orange collar on her, and we put it loose enough that if she got caught, she could pull out of it. But we were hoping that nobody would shoot her, you know, if she had a collar on, knowing that she was a pet. But of course, she disappeared one day. So sad. But we raised a couple of deer, and they were really sweet. We raised raccoons and squirrels, and Daddy even brought home some baby skunks one time. My mama had a fit. She said I wasn't keeping those. But they were so cute. Everything's cute when it's a baby, you know what I mean? Well, y'all, I'm still at it. I don't know why. But I'm about to starve to death, and I'm out of drink, and it's hot. So we're going to go to Sonic, and we're going to get something to eat and something to drink, and decide if I want to keep going or not. I've got my app still on, so if I get something that's good, I might go ahead and do one more. If I get a bunch of bad orders, then I might just head home. Who knows what I'm liable to do. That is the good thing about driving and delivering for Walmart, is you can come and go as you please, you know. That is the one nice thing about working for Walmart, and it's the only thing. So anyway, let's go to Sonic. It's so hot. I came here the other day.
She's a Sonic. This is Emily. How can I help you?
Yes, can I get a Route 44 sweet tea with raspberry, please? A corn dog and a small fry.
You said with raspberry for the sweet tea?
Yes, please.
Can I get you anything else with that today?
That's all.
802, thank you.
Thank you. So anyway, I came here yesterday, and we placed an order. There, my thing's not working. So we placed an order, and it didn't go through, and I used the app because I like to use the app. A lot of times when I'm working, I'm in a hurry. So I placed an order, and it didn't go through. So I thought, okay, it didn't go through. I'll place another order. So I placed another one, and it went through okay. So I pulled in down here, and when I went to touch the app to confirm arrival, 2 orders popped up. What the heck? Let me pull up a little bit. So I told them what happened, that the first order didn't go through on my end, and they said that they could not reimburse me. I wasn't happy. It's a lot of money. Sonic's kind of expensive a little bit. So anyway, I had to call the company, and I had to stay on hold and stay on hold and stay on hold, and finally got through to them, and they reimbursed me for the first order. But anyway, it's always something, isn't it? It's just always something. Technology is great, but technology can be a pain sometimes too, you know. But anyway, we're gonna have a corn dog and some fresh tea, and I have just a little bit of ice in here. I'm gonna dump that over there in the grass, and get some fresh tea, a corn dog, and some French fries, and see about going back for another order. So I have a question. Are your French fries supposed to be that tiny? This is twice now that I've gotten French fries from Sonic, and I feel like I'm getting the bottom of the pan, you know what I mean? Where all the little bits fall down in the bottom. Because, I mean, and these are on top. There's a big one. Wow. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to order French fries no more from Sonic. I just feel like they're all little pieces. And they're all like that. I mean, just... My nose is itching. I don't think I'm going to order French fries from Sonic no more. I didn't like their French fries to begin with. Before they changed over and they got these new groovy fries. And I thought they tasted better. And the first batch I ever got, they were, you know, decent sized French fries. But then the last 2 times I've gotten French fries from them, they just been these little bits like at the bottom of the pan or something. I don't know. I can get better French fries at McDonald's. I think that's what I'll do from now on. Sad, huh? Alright, we're gonna head back. What time is it? We're gonna try to get one more order and then we're going home for sure. Okay, we got an order. It's not great, but it's not horrible. It's $20 for 8 miles. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that one because I'm ready to go home. I just want to go home. I got things I want to do. I got this cross that I want to crochet, and I've got the yard to mow, and I'm thinking about planning the trip tomorrow to Ken Lake. So we need to go home. We got things to do. Need to pick out an outfit for church tomorrow. Oh, and I need to run to Cato's before I go home. I need to do that because I'm looking for a shirt to go with a pair of pants that I want to wear to church tomorrow. So we'll be back. Recovered. I didn't quite make it home to do my yard, did I? I think by the time I get to mow my yard again, it's going to look like a hayfield. That's okay. That's okay. I got behind a pickup that was going really, really slow, and I was just like a 0.2 miles away from my last drop-off, and I knew the bucket was fixing to let out. And I was unloading, and it started sprinkling as I was unloading, but I didn't get too wet. But this is really deja vu for me because we moved to Washington State for 10 years. And when we moved back, it takes 3 days to drive it from Washington State to where I live now. And the last day, we were coming through this town, and it was coming in absolute flood like this. And I called my husband. I said, "You're gonna have to pull over. I cannot see." And he says, "Well, we're almost home." I said, "I don't care. I can't see." I could change glasses now. We could change glasses. It has let up raining, but it's gonna come again. The clouds are just, they're really rolling over. So it's gonna rain some more. But if it's not raining when I get to the house, I might stop at Cato's. But we'll see. We'll see. Boy, I tell you what, that rain sure cooled things down. It went from 87, which actually wasn't that bad. It was, the humidity was high though. It's been hotter the last few days. But just before it rained, it was sitting at 87, and now it's 73. So that rain really cooled things down, and it was a cold rain. It was a cold rain. So, oh man, I feel so sorry for this guy. He's on one of those scooters, and he is soaking wet. Bless his heart. I feel really bad for him. I hope he's careful in this traffic with all this rain. Never fails there's an accident when it rains, and so I hope he's careful. But it's still coming down. It's just kind of a lot slower now, but it's still looking pretty dark. Okay, I'm driving home, and I'm thinking maybe I can do this end video where I tell you all about working for Walmart, delivering groceries. Okay, so the only good thing about it, you work when you want to. You don't want to work, you don't work. You want to go into work, great. Work whatever days you want to, whatever hours you want to. You know, if I get to feeling bad and after 2 hours and I want to go home, it doesn't matter, you know. That's the great thing about working, driving, making deliveries for Walmart, okay? Everything else about it is bad. I have a brand spanking new car. I've had it 1 year. I have 43,252 miles on it. I have been through 2 full sets of tires in that year's time, and 2 additional tires, and I've had a couple of patches. It's ridiculous. You buy your own gas, you don't get reimbursed for it, you drive a lot of miles, you tote a lot of heavy objects, a lot of drinks, lots and lots and lots of drinks, lots and lots of water, those big cases of water, and you have to go upstairs. So if you're not, you know, in really good shape, it's going to be tough. You go up a lot of stairs. You go to places that you feel uncomfortable. You go to places that are sad. And that's all I'm going to say about that. You risk getting dog bit. I have not been bit yet. Many people have. I almost got bit once. You're working with the public, so you're going to run into some pretty mean people. You're going to run into people who just want to be mean just to be mean. You're going to run into people that give you bad reviews whether you've done anything or not. What else can I think of? It's just, even your fellow, your other drivers, they're not friendly. There is a pecking order out here. It's seniority. The ones that have been here the longest tend to get the orders first, the best orders first. And that's like anywhere you work. I don't have a problem with that. I worked my way up, you know. I don't have a problem with the seniority thing. What I do have a problem is being petty for no reason at all. You're still going to get orders, right? But they get mad and they fuss and whine and complain and argue and give you dirty looks and hateful comments and stuff because, you know, you're getting orders and they're not. It's the way they feel about it. But they're still getting orders. They're still getting orders. They don't like drivers coming in from out of state. which is what I do. I go to another state. I live on the line, so I cross the state line to work at a different Walmart, because the one at my house, I have to drive. I'm sorry about the radio, y'all. The one at my house, I have to drive twice as many miles for the money as I do if I go across the state line and work in the next town over. So that's why I do it. I don't like putting that many miles on my car. And they give me a hard time about it. They don't like me coming across the line to work at their Walmart, you know. But there's plenty of work for everybody. That's not the issue. They do not take out taxes. You have to pay all your taxes at the end of the year. Now, it looks like you make a lot of money. If you get out here and you do this job, you're going to think, oh my God, this is fantastic. Look at all the money I'm making. I promise you, at the end of the year, you're going to regret that statement. You do not make as much money as you think you do. By the time you are out, your gas, wear and tear on your car, tires, getting your tires fixed because you got a hole in them, it's just everything you have to do. You have to have a good phone. You have to, you know, be able to get on Wi-Fi because you use it constantly. You'll eat out, you know, and I don't know. It's at the end of the year, you don't make as much money as you think you will, and you have to pay those taxes in. And so it's not worth it, you guys. It's not worth it. Now, if you need some quick cash, I will say that yes, go do a few orders. If you need some quick cash, something's come up and you need some quick cash for something, yeah, sure, go do it. If you're like me, I can't do anything else right now. I'm working on that, but I have fibromyalgia. I hurt my foot and had to have surgery. Then I fell, tore both rotor cuffs in my arms. This is all I can do right now. Nobody will hire me because I can't bend right now. My knees are in bad shape. I can't use my arms like I should be able to. I can carry stuff and I can lift a little bit. Right now, this is all I can do. So, can I make a living off of it? Yes, I can, because I don't have any bills. Or let's put it this way, I have very few bills. Very few bills. So, yes, I can make a living off of it. But it's definitely not for making a living. It's a side hustle, and it should be used and treated that way. Otherwise, you're going to get in trouble at the end of the year when you have to pay in taxes. And it'll be a lot. So, I don't know. The customers can be so mean. So mean. And that anytime you work in the public, you deal with the public, you're gonna have that. You're gonna have customers that are just super, super nice, and then you're gonna have customers that are just mean just because they can be mean, you know? And that's a sad individual. I feel sorry for them. But it gets to you after a while. Especially if you're out here working really hard. I think I get extra mad because I'm doing all I can do right now. And this is the only thing I can do. And it's hurting me so much because of my fibromyalgia and all my pain that I'm dealing with my shoulders and my knees. And yet I'm out here working so hard to try to make a living until I can do something else. And then you have these customers that come along and just want to be mean just to be mean. It gets to you. It really does get to you. So, I mean, it's better than DoorDash. It is better than DoorDash. I don't recommend DoorDash at all. At all. There's just not enough money in DoorDash whatsoever. Instacart is another one. They work for Kroger's if you have a Kroger's. So if you need some quick cash, or you need to do it temporarily, I say go for it. You'll make a little money. You'll make enough, you know, if you've got something you need to cover, you'll make enough to cover it. But don't do it full time. You'll regret it. I am I'm going to school on the 28th to get my CDLs back. because I still can't do anything else but drive right now. This torn rotor cuff, it's been almost a year. This one's pretty much healed, but the other one is not. And I'm still having issues with both of them. I'm getting there. It takes a long time for a torn rotor cuff to heal on its own. My knees, I don't know if they'll ever be right again. I get really stiff because of my fibromyalgia. So right now, driving is about all I can do. So I'm going to go get my CDLs back again, and I can do a lot with my CDLs. I can drive a school bus. I could drive a dump truck. I could drive a charter bus. There's lots of things that I could drive, you know, with a CDL. So my son's going to help me get my CDLs back in my state, and it may be nationwide, where to drive a semi or anything with air brakes or over so many thousand pounds, if you get a CDL, you have to go to school now. You can't get grandfathered in anymore. So you have to go to school. And the school is extremely expensive to get your CDLs. And I'm thinking, man, one of these days, they're going to come down off their high horse a little bit, because when they run out of truck drivers and people can't afford to go get their CDLs, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? I looked into driving for Walmart. I like Walmart. I used to work for Walmart. I think Walmart's a good company to work for. But their drivers have to have 3 years experience, and I'm thinking, Walmart's a big, big company. They may have to come down off their high horse a little bit too when they run out of drivers. And drivers are already scarce. They're going to become even more scarce as these older drivers pass away, unfortunately, and people can't afford to go to these schools to get their CDLs. Now, I found one that was, I want to say reasonable, but it's really not reasonable. $4,200 is not reasonable to go get 3 weeks of schooling to get a driver's license. I'm sorry, that's pretty rough. Most of them that I checked into were $7,000 and $8,000 to get your CDLs. Who can afford that? Who can afford that? My circumstances, my son is helping me, and the only reason he's helping me is because he sold a house. And so I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky that I'm going to be able to get help to go get my CDLs. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do it. Who can? Who can afford that? But I think before long, they're going to need truck drivers even more than they do now. And hopefully the cost of going to school to get your CDLs will come down. I hope so anyway. We got to have truck drivers, right? Anyway, I'm back into town. That's my story about this job. If you need some quick cash, or you can't do anything else but drive, then yes, give it a go. You're going to have a decent car. It's going to break down on you, because that's a lot of miles for 1 year. You put in a lot of miles. You really do. So a dependable vehicle, be able to put up with customers, you know. I think it's great if you need quick cash, or if you're desperate for work. I think it's great. Otherwise, no, I wouldn't do it. In fact, I can't wait to get out of it. I absolutely cannot wait to get away from it. It was nice being able to work whenever I wanted to, but you know, I don't have, that's the other thing. You do not have insurance. You don't have any kind of benefits. That's the other thing. So think about that. Think about all those things before you do this. But it's decent money if you don't have any problems. But you're gonna have problems. There are other things you can do. You know, you can make stuff, crafts, and sell them, go to craft fairs. You know, I'm just no good at selling anything. I never have been. That wasn't an option for me. I did try selling my crafts. It's really hard work to sit out in the sun all day long on me. I can't handle the heat. I can't handle the cold. My husband called me a princess. But with my fibromyalgia, that's just the way it is. So sitting out and selling my crafts was not an option for me. I just didn't have a whole lot of options. But whatever your situation, whatever you want to do, I wish you the best. I really do. And if you have any other questions, feel free to ask me in the comments and I'll try to answer them for you and help you any way I can. All right, we finally made it back into my hometown. It is barely raining here. So I think I'm going to run into, and I've looked down at the camera the whole time. I have got to learn to look up at y'all because the camera is up higher and I'm looking down at myself. So that's going to make it look funny, but I'm not changing it. This video's going up as is, y'all. I will get better, I promise. But anyway, I'm going to stop in at Cato's, I think, and see if I can find me a shirt to go with those pants. Y'all, I have to tell you something else you're not going to like about driving for Walmart. Okay. Not only getting wet on rainy days, cold weather, you step in mud. Lots of mud. And dog mess. I'm telling you, there have been houses that I refuse to deliver to anymore because people don't chain your dog to your front door and let them poop right where you want your groceries delivered. Please don't do that. Nothing makes me madder than to step in dog mess or cat mess and get back in my car. So I have refused to deliver to some houses that let their dogs do that. And they want their groceries delivered right there where the dogs... No. 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 Mm-mm. No. So anyway, that's another issue. Oh, and you better have a car that's good on gas or you won't make nothing. Hey y'all, I just realized after trying to edit this video a little bit that I videoed this entire week vertical instead of horizontal. So I apologize. It's a learning curve. You know, it's simple little things that you don't really think about as a new vlogger, and I'll get used to that and try to remember to vlog with my phone horizontal instead of vertical. I have a vlogging camera that I need to get out and try to work with. I have a hard time transferring the videos from the camera to my laptop for some reason. I don't know what the deal is with that, but I'll figure it out and I'll get better. But anyway, I'm going to end the vlog here. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about how my week goes, what I do, working for Walmart, doing deliveries and making money with that little side hustle, and seeing the pictures of the deer. I love the deer. But yeah, it's, you know, I crochet, I read in my car while I'm waiting on orders. It's not bad. I can't wait to do something else though. I really can't. I can't wait to get away from this side hustle into a regular job, you know, more of a routine, and not put so much wear and tear on my new car. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great week. Like and subscribe. I'll get better, I promise, and I'll see you next time.